Hi students, in this video initially there will be some disturbance, some clarity issues, but after that there will be full clarity and full audibility. There is no problem of the clarity in the video, but initially sometime there may be letters may be blurred, but be with the video till last, and the last topics are very important, like hydrolith, calcium chloride, drying agent, triple phosphate and superphosphate. These are the very important that I am going to discuss. Okay, but initially some video problem is there, bear with me. Okay, get ready. Okay, in previous class we have studied about the beryllium compounds of beryllium. Now we are going to start with the compounds of calcium. Okay, so every lecture must be attended sequentially because one is connected to another part. Okay, so if you missed one part, then it will be difficult for you to understand the other part. Now let us start with the compounds of calcium. Okay, so compounds of calcium. Compounds of calcium. In compounds of calcium, we are going to study first thing about the calcium oxide. What we are going to study? We are going to study about the calcium oxide. Okay. This is commercially called as quicklime. This is commercially called as quicklime. Okay. Commercial name is what? Quicklime. Is that understood? So first preparation is by the decomposition. Quicklime, it is also called as burnt, B-U-R-N-T, burnt lime. This is called as burnt lime or quicklime. Okay. Now preparation. In the preparation, very simple method, 800 degrees Celsius you have to remember. You have to remember the temperature, which is 800 degrees Celsius. Okay. See here. Calcium carbonate on decomposition, thermal decomposition. What is this? CaCO3. CaCO3 on thermal decomposition. On thermal decomposition, CaO plus CO2. CaO plus CO2. The temperature we must maintain is 800 degrees Celsius. It is a reversible reaction. It is a reversible reaction. Therefore, Lee-Chatler principle will be applicable. Lee-Chatler principle will be applicable. Here, CO2 is only in the gaseous state. CO2 is only in the gaseous state. Calcium oxide is in the solid state. Calcium carbonate also in the solid state. Calcium carbonate also in the solid state. Calcium oxide also in the solid state, and carbon dioxide is in the gaseous state. Okay. So according to Lee-Chatler principle, if a reaction proceeds with the increase in number of gaseous moles, increase in number of gaseous moles. So what is the favorable factor? And it is an endothermic process. Okay, it is an endothermic process. So according to Lee-Chatler principle, if we want to get good yield, question will be, the word they will use is good yield. Okay, good yield of calcium oxide. Question will be, what about good yield of calcium oxide? When there will be good yield of calcium oxide? First statement about the Lee-Chatler principle for the reversible reaction. First statement about the reversible reaction is, remove the product. If you want the product to be produced more, then what you will do? You will remove the product. Okay. So CO2 as soon as it is produced, CO2 as soon as it is produced must be separated. First condition is CO2 must be isolated as soon as it is formed. CO2 must be isolated as soon as it is formed. Second condition, as it is endothermic, high temperature is preferred. What is preferred? High temperature is preferred. But one more problem is that if the temperature goes beyond 1200 degrees Celsius, if the temperature goes, what temperature? Beyond 1200 degrees Celsius, then what happens? The silicate SiO2 available, SiO2 which is available as a impurity, SiO2 which is available as a impurity will react with the calcium carbonate to form calcium silicate. Okay, so that's why the optimum temperature is from the starting onwards. I am telling you the temperature is very important in the examination point of view as well as practical point of view. Okay, so the temperature should not be very much high, because at high temperature the impurity starts reacting. What are the impurities? SiO2 are the impurities. And pressure wise, what should be the pressure? Low pressure or high pressure? What must be the pressure condition? Pressure must be low, because the number of gaseous products are more, number of reactant gases are gaseous reactants are less, or we can say zero. Okay, reactant gases are how many? Zero. There is no gaseous reactant, there is only one gaseous product. Therefore, low pressure, high temperature, removing the isolating the carbon dioxide, because if we leave it as it is, then they both will start reacting and reaction will come in the backward direction. Okay, so to avoid the backward direction, the as soon as CO2 is formed, and it is easy to remove the gases. Okay, so gas product CO2 is removed as soon as it is formed, leaving behind the calcium oxide. Okay, these are the steps for required for better yield of the calcium oxide. Okay, note down this. Okay, next are properties. Only one preparation method and best preparation method, that is thermal decomposition of calcium carbonate. Now properties are also very less, so try to understand it fast so that we can complete compounds of calcium. Action of water. First one is what? Action of water. So adding action of water, two things you should remember. First of all, it is a exothermic reaction. See, 15,000 calories, 15,000 calories or 15 kilocalories will be liberated while adding water to calcium oxide. This process is called as, this process is called as slaking of lime. What it is called as? Slaking of lime. This is called quicklime. This is called as slaked lime. This is called as slaked lime. This is called as a quicklime. But if we add only small amount of water, then it is called as a milk of lime. Paste, that amount of water is less and calcium oxide is more, then you will find a paste of the calcium oxide. Okay, so paste of lime in water is called as milk of lime. Milk of lime, is it understood? Slaked lime, quick lime, milk of lime, three differences. No water at all, it is called as a quick lime, and a small amount of water, it is called as a milk of lime. Large amount of water, then it is called as a slaked lime. Okay, slaking of lime is a exothermic process. Okay, next, with moist chlorine, very important. The CaO, when treated with chlorine, it forms CaOCl2. What is the product? CaOCl2 is called as a bleaching powder. It is called as bleaching powder. In stoichiometry, we have done numericals related to the bleaching powder. Okay, so bleaching powder, the numericals will be there, available chlorine. What is the numericals? Numericals will be related to available chlorine. So I will tell you something about the bleaching powder which may be asked in the most of the examinations. Okay. So let us study something about the bleaching powder. Bleaching powder, the speciality is that the chlorine is available at two different oxidation states. See, this is the structure of the bleaching powder. Okay, Ca, one side it will be OCl, another side it will be simple Cl. One side it will be OCl, and another side it is simple Cl. Okay, so here this chlorine oxidation number is +1. The chlorine which is connected to oxygen, the chlorine which is connected to oxygen that exhibits +1 oxidation state, whereas the chlorine which is connected to calcium will exhibit -1 oxidation state. Okay, so normally if you find with the average CaOCl2, it is +2, this is -2. So chlorine oxidation number you will find it as a 0. Okay, so don't write the answer oxidation number of chlorine in bleaching powder is not 0. It is 0 average because +1 and -1 0/2. Okay, average oxidation number of chlorine. Average oxidation number of chlorine is how much? 0. But individual oxidation number is not 0. One chlorine exhibits +1, another chlorine exhibits -1. The resultant oxidation number is 0. Is it understood? That is the first thing you will remember. Another thing, it is a salt of mixed salt. Okay. So to form any type of salt, what we should require? We should require acid and base. Okay. Actually, when calcium hydroxide, this is the calcium hydroxide. Okay. It is a diacidic base. Now, when calcium hydroxide, which is a diacidic base, when treated with HCl and HOCl, when treated with what? HCl and HOCl, hypochlorous acid, hydrochloric acid. So this part will be removed water, this part will be removed water, then this formed. Understood? So bleaching powder is a mixed salt of, calcium hydroxide with 1 mole of HCl and 1 mole of HOCl. Okay. So it is salt of how many things? Salt of calcium hydroxide, okay, with HCl and HOCl. HOCl is hypochlorous acid, okay, mixed salt. Is it understood? Note down this, very important, and this type of questions will be in the advanced more than one correct. Okay, like this CaOH, this will be OH and this will be OH. Okay, calcium hydroxide. One side it will be HCl, another side it will be HOCl, hypochlorous acid. Okay, like this H2O will be eliminated, OCl will be around. H2O will be eliminated, Cl will be attached. So CaCl and this will be OCl. Is this clear now? Okay, now what was the next reaction? When treated with 3 moles of calcium oxide, when treated with 3 moles of carbon, what it is forming? Calcium carbide. Yesterday also, in the previous lecture also, I told this is very important. Okay, this will be minus, this will be minus, this will be plus. Okay, calcium carbide, acetylide. What it is? Acetylide. Okay, in general property, general compound we have studied, except beryllium. Beryllium forms methanide. Okay, beryllium formula is Be2C, and here it is CaC2. It is acetylide, beryllium is methanide. On hydrolysis, beryllium carbide produces methane, that's why it is called methanide. Okay. So this is all about the preparation and properties of quicklime. Preparation and properties of what? Quicklime. Okay, next is uses. Uses, there are two uses. First of all, in purification of sugar. Actually, when sugar is manufactured, it is yellow in color. Okay, to give a crystal transparent, shiny look. To give a crystal transparent and shiny look, it is absorbed. The impurities or the yellow color is absorbed by passing it through the calcium oxide. Okay. Actually, we are losing the main constituent of the sugar after passing through the calcium oxide. Calcium oxide is a good adsorbent. What it is? It is a good adsorbent. It absorbs the yellowish color. What color? Yellowish color of the sugar. And after transferring, after absorbing, you will get the crystals and transparent crystal. So due to that shiny appearance, then customers are more interested about that sugar only. But we are losing the quality, but appearance is good. Understood? So that is done by the adsorbent. After calcium oxide absorbs the yellowish color. Second thing, as a basic lining in the furnace. Actually, that depends on the two types of lining. Yesterday also I told you, in the furnace there should be refractory material. Refractory material should be inert in chemically, high boiling and melting point, low pressure, low vapor pressure. Okay. So there again we will take two types of lining. Suppose impurities are acids. Impurities are acid like SiO2. Impurities are what? SiO2 is a impurity available in the given ore, along with the ore which is reduced in the furnace that contains silica impurities. Then we will use the basic lining. Okay. So this basic lining of the calcium. Why we call it as a basic lining? Because calcium is a metal. Metal oxides are bases. Metal oxides are basic in nature. So basic lining react with the acidic impurities to form a slag called as CaSiO3. What it is called as? Slag. Okay. So to give the basic lining of furnace, we use calcium oxide. Okay, note down. Okay, next one is slaked lime. What is the next one? Slaked lime in this preparation method. Okay, preparation method, calcium oxide when treated with water forms calcium hydroxide. Okay. So properties. This is simple preparation method, not much important. Okay. Properties I am reading out, listen carefully. Sparingly soluble in water and solubility decreases with increase in temperature. What happens to solubility? Solubility normally, whenever you see in the other substances, solubility decreases. Solubility increases with increase in temperature, but here solubility already sparingly soluble in water. Suppose if you wanted to improve the solubility with temperature, it happens in the opposite manner. What is this? Decreases with increase in temperature. Solubility decreases with increase in temperature. Okay. So here calcium hydroxide, that is the second point and very important point. And third, calcium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide when treated with carbon dioxide will form CaCO3. Will form CaCO3 plus H2O. Okay. So this is limestone, and this reaction is used to check the presence of carbon dioxide. This reaction is used to check the presence of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. If carbon dioxide is present in atmosphere, then what it will form? It will form milky white. It will turn the lime water milky white. Okay. This is a qualitative analysis. Okay, next property is reaction of the slaked lime with the chlorine. Okay, so here very important because the temperature dependent. This reaction is what? Temperature dependent. See, when very cold condition, one molecule will be converted into calcium chloride and another it is called as a calcium hypochloride. Okay, write down this reaction: calcium hypochlorite, chlorite, ITE. Okay, otherwise I will write it here: calcium hypochlorite. Okay, chlorite, ITE is the main reaction. Okay, now next one is below 35 degree. Okay, when temperature is below 35 degree, then we are getting CaOCl2. What is CaOCl2? Bleaching powder. Okay, so on gentle heat, now see, oxidation number of chlorine is changing a lot. Here already now told you one minus one, another will be plus one. But here see, one will be minus one, it is always there. It is ClO3, that is plus 5. So this reaction is an example of, okay, in all parts we are treating the bleaching powder, slaked lime with chlorine only. We are heating the slaked lime with chlorine only, but the product we are getting here, different product at different temperature. Okay, on gentle heat it is undergoing disproportionation. This you have to remember. On gentle heat, disproportionation, 0 to minus 1, 0 to plus 5. Okay, then the question may be change in oxidation number or difference in oxidation number of chlorine in products. If question is about a difference in product, then answer will be 5 minus of minus 1, that is 6. Okay, so if the difference in reactant and product, 0 to plus 5, 5, 0 to minus 1, 1. Understood? So before answering, you have to understand what the question is. If the difference in product, then oxidation number of chlorine in product, it will be minus 1 to plus 5, 6. Okay? Reactant, minimum difference will be 1. Maximum difference between the reactant and product will be 5. Okay? Next, red hot, it is very simple, CaCl2 plus H2O plus O2. Okay, note down this condition wise, very important reaction in calcium hydroxide, most important reaction. Okay, next one is reaction with ammonia or ammonium chloride. Okay, calcium hydroxide when treated with NH4Cl. Okay, when treated with NH4Cl, calcium chloride is formed and ammonia will be liberated. Okay, next it is not much important, but bleaching powder, that is reaction with chlorine at different temperature is very important. And now let us see about the uses of calcium hydroxide. Okay, first of all, it is used in softening of hard water. Okay, softening of hard water is the first use. Okay, and second use is it is used to purify two things. One is called as sugar purification. It is adsorbent and purify the coal gas. It is used in purification of coal gas. Okay, and third one is used in manufacture or preparation. Of, just now I told you, bleaching powder. Used in manufacturing of bleaching powder. Okay, and simply otherwise we use it in the whitewash. use it in the whitewash. Whatever we use is this one only, and plaster. Okay, and plastering. Okay, so these are the uses of calcium hydroxide. Softening of hard water, what it is called as addition of CaOH. There is a naming reaction, starts with C. Okay, so second one, purification of sugar and coal gas, then preparation of bleaching powder, whitewash and plaster. Note down fast, then we'll start with the next compound. Okay, next compound is calcium carbonate. It is actually no need to prepare. There are so much of amount is already available in naturally. Okay, but natural forms are called different name. Major form is limestone. Okay, second major form is marble, and some more forms are also there. Coral, Iceland spar. Okay, what is this? Iceland spar. Next is calcite, next is chalk, next is dolomite. These are the some available, naturally available forms of the calcium carbonate. Okay, but still if you wanted to prepare in small quantity, it is prepared in lab also. Okay, but very rarely we prepare when we require small quantity but high purity. Okay, that is what CaOH when treated with CO2, what it will form? CaCO3 plus H2O. Okay, this is the preparation in lab. Okay, but mostly we will use it available in the natural forms only. Okay, now let us see about the properties. First of all, already everybody must have seen, it is a white powder. It is a white powder. Okay, first thing. Second, it exists in most important among all this formula already I told you. If you don't remember, write it 5 times. Okay, then it is available in 2 crystal forms. How many crystal forms? 2 crystal forms it is available. First crystal form is called as a calcite. Second crystal form is called as a argonite. Argonite. Argonite and calcite are the 2 crystalline forms of the calcium carbonate. Crystalline forms. Okay, so let us see about the next. First property, white powder. Second, white crystalline forms. And third property already discussed, but still I am explaining here. What is that? It is insoluble in water. CaCO3 is insoluble in water, but soluble when? But soluble in presence of CO2. Okay, why it is present is required, and what is the form that I am going to write it here. I think already noted. If not noted, kindly pause the video and go back and write down. Okay, so CaCO3 when dissolves in the water in presence of CO2 to form calcium bicarbonate. Okay, and you can never see in the solid form. Calcium bicarbonate does not exist in solid form. Okay, no existence in solid form. In solid form it does not exist. Okay, calcium bicarbonate. So calcium carbonate with water, no solubility, but in presence of carbon dioxide, soluble to form calcium bicarbonate. Okay, note down this, then we will go for the next compound, that is calcium sulfate. Very important. Okay, now next compound we are going to study is CaSO4. Okay, CaSO4 generally exists as CaSO4.2H2O. Okay, it is commercially very important. This topic is everybody should understand nicely. Okay, this is called as a gypsum. What it is called as gypsum. Is it understood? Now how it is prepared? Preparation. First of all, preparation CaCl2. CaCl2 when treated with sulfuric acid, simple method, not much difficult, so need not to worry. Then properties. Okay, properties also very easy, preparation very easy, but there are something which I am going to tell you further, then you should understand. Okay, so properties, first of all, it is a white crystalline solid. Okay, what is this? This is a white crystalline solid. Okay, next, second point is common everywhere. It is sparingly soluble or less soluble. Okay, sparingly soluble in water. Okay, but main problem is that solubility decreases. Normally with increase in temperature, solubility should increase. Okay, with increase in temperature, solubility decreases. Okay, that is the main reason. And third point, it can dissolve in dilute acids. The main beauty of this is dissolves in even dilute acids. Okay, dilute acid like acetic acid also no problem. Even weak acid, dilute acid also no problem, it will dissolve. Okay, now very important thing everybody should remember is action of heat. Okay, so first of all, CuSO4 dot 5H2O, dot 2H2O, this when it is heated, it will change from the monoclinic. Monoclinic is a one of the crystalline form. When it is heated without loss of the water, it will convert into CaSO4 dot 2H2O only, but the shape will change into orthorhombic. Okay, when heated to 120 degrees Celsius, 1/3 of the water molecule will be lost. Then CaSO4 dot half H2O, hemihydrate. Okay, chemical name is calcium sulfate hemihydrate, but it is clearly most of the chemical commercial name, it is famous plaster of Paris. Okay, so when it is heated beyond the 200 degrees, beyond 120 up to 200, then anhydrides, it will be completely dead burnt plaster, or it is called as CaSO4 dead burnt plaster after 200 degrees Celsius. This is very important. Okay, note down, then I will tell you the setting of plaster of Paris. Okay, so this reaction is a reversible. When POP CaSO4 dot half H2O added with calculated small amount of water, again it will convert back. It will convert back to the CaSO4 dot 2H2O and like this. Understood? So this will form as a hard mass. After some time it will convert into hard mass. That is called as a setting of cement. What it is called as setting. Okay, and there will be slight expansion also. There will be slight expansion in volume also, because half H2O is converted into 2H2O. Okay, first of all, three things you should remember. Gypsum contains how many forms? Two forms, monoclinic and orthorhombic. When you heat initially, monoclinic is converted to orthorhombic. Orthorhombic at 120 degrees Celsius. 120 degrees Celsius is very important. 120 degrees Celsius, it will form plaster of Paris. Chemical name is calcium sulfate hemihydrate. When further heated to 200 degrees Celsius or above, the complete water molecule will be lost and forms the anhydrous. This is called as a dead burnt plaster. Okay, and the reverse process is setting of plaster. Okay, next is commercially important urea, superphosphate. Okay, superphosphate formula is 3CaH2. This is H2PO4 whole twice plus 7CaSO4. Okay, so how it is prepared? This is called chlorapatite. Okay, what it is called as chlorapatite. Okay, so chlorapatite phosphate rock. This is also called as a phosphate rock. Okay, fluoro FLUO FLUOROPAPTATITE fluorapatite. Okay, or phosphate rock. We can call it as a phosphate rock, or fluorapatite is the chemical name. Understood? When treated with sulfuric acid, this is formed. What it is? Superphosphate. Superphosphate is 3 moles of calcium hydrogen phosphate, 7 moles of calcium sulfate. Okay. Then there is one more thing which is called as a triple phosphate. What it is? Triple phosphate. Actually, these are all urea which are used in the farming. Okay. Triple phosphate. Triple phosphate, same we will use it same here. 3 moles of Ca3PO4 whole twice dot CaF2. But here in place of the sulfuric acid, we will use 14 moles of H3PO4. What we will use? H3PO4. Then we will get the triple phosphate. Triple phosphate is CaH2PO4 whole twice. Okay, here whole twice. Is this understood? So CaH2PO4 only, it is almost 3 times. 3 moles here, but here 10 moles here. Okay, so it will be again 2 moles of HF. This is called as a triple phosphate. This is called as a triple phosphate. It is used in the urea. Okay. Okay, 2 more compounds, very short topics, but you should study. Hydrolith, calcium hydride is chemically called, commercially called as a hydrolith, and why it is commercially important is it is used in the preparation of pure hydrogen. Okay, CaOH whole twice and hydrogen gas will be liberated. Okay, so for balancing it will be 2H2 and it will be 2H2. Okay, and CaCl2, it is excellent drying agent. Excellent in anhydrous form. Okay, excellent, it is drying agent. Drying agent. Is this understood? So these are the compounds of calcium. In our next lecture we are going to study compounds of magnesium. Okay, be ready for the next, and that is going to be the final lecture of the alkaline earth metal. Okay, then we will be doing a quiz so that your memory power should improve and examination pattern questions you should understand. Okay.